to the exclusion of everything. I walked by a girl with the same perfume as the one you used to wear. I can't help but to think of you. Now I see you everywhere. Time won't stop for us, but maybe we can go a bit longer. We can both start again. Let's go back to when things were all.
Hey, how about you cash me outside, bitch? How about that?
How about that? Hey, don't be talking about bad baby. Don't get me started on
Hey,
bad
how about
baby.
that? How about that? You how about that?
You heard that song, Gucci Flip Flops?
No, I have not.
Well, honey, that's bad baby.
Awkward. Which brings me to our new episode. And once again, thank you guys for following and listening. And, well, just thank you for following and listening. I'm tired of thanking everybody for
Thank you guys for being here today.
for being in today. Molly just flew in from Australia. God, she got the phone. That's all I have to say, okay? This is going to be interesting because we are talking about awkward. And we're talking about not Pauly D. He brought this shit back. I love it. Because now every time I say awkward, it's Pauly D style. Awkward. It is. But I find myself saying it way too very much, man.
Everything seems to be awkward these days.
Right. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10. Like, 10 of course being the most awkward. Like, where are you?
I'm right.
Like, boom. Well, thank you, folks, to be here all night.
Awkward sex, awkward people, awkward situations, awkward
Like combined.
talks.
Huh? Just combined. Like your whole awkwardness life scale right now on a 1 to 10.
Oh shit! Everything in my life is awkward right now. On a scale of 1 to 10,
Yes.
I'm a fucking 14.
Fucking 14. What about
I'm
fucking
a fucking 14.
Fucking 14.
No, shit's real awkward right now. Like this, I don't adjust well to change. I guess I do adjust well to change, but I don't like change. And everything's changing, and there's just a lot of things different. And everything's awkward right now.
What about we should have done like Pee Wee's Playhouse and been like the secret word. It should have been changes. We're changing and I'm gonna start saying it every time I hear changing through this like episode. I swear I'm gonna go We need it.
I won't say the word anymore.
I hope she does. Let's see if we can get her to like
where
say
are you at on an awkward scale of 1 to 10?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to say it's midway because I'm kind of floating between the awkward scale and the comfortably numb. Like
Well,
I'm numbing shit out, just like whatever.
Oh, well, I'm that way too. But the situations that I see myself in presently
Right.
are awkward, but I'm just like, I roll with it.
Right.
But I'm one to avoid awkward situations. Like, I make every awkward situation not awkward.
Yeah, that's what it's. So I was telling you a while ago, I really know how to fucking a moment by trying to, do the right thing is what I think. It's my job to fucking, smooth over the awkwardness.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Because if I'm in a room full of people, it is my job.
Right.
Especially if I know the other people well and know that they're not going to smooth it over. And that thing's not awkward.
And they'll leave that big old fucking thick ass air.
I know people that make things more awkward. Maybe not intentionally. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, man, there is. There's some people out there that just, it's like, that's one of their, daily basic, that's one of their basic food groups. Or what is it you do in the morning? You do your routines, but you might as well add that in there. Awkward.
Being awkward.
And
Making
making people
things
feel awkward,
Well, there's certain, like you're saying, there's certain people that you know are going to make you feel awkward before you're around them,
Right.
And sometimes you can take precautions.
Right. And then sometimes awkward comes out of nowhere, man. They'll hit you with the curveballs, man, and just throw in those random ones. And I hate those, but whatever. It's just, I got on here, I said, okay, we're downloaded in like 37 fucking countries, and every fucking state in the United States is listening to us. So everybody out there knows that I blew on a pecker the first time I sucked a dick, okay? Because I thought a blowjob was a blow. All right? I mean, who admits that? I did.
Well, Oh, you're just real, man.
Yeah, well, I'm
Does
just
that make you feel awkward with the audience?
no. I don't have to look at them. See,
I hope
you
it
know,
doesn't make the audience feel awkward.
no, surely not. They got the warning. I mean, uncensored, you know, all that good stuff. That gives you a hint that I'm going to say things like blow and blow job. You know it's coming.
Which leads me to awkward sex. Let's talk about awkward sex.
Oh, let's do. Go ahead.
Well, have you had awkward sex?
Well, who hasn't, man?
What do you consider awkward sex?
Like I had a guy like meow like a cat.
Okay, that could make some things awkward.
I
I mean,
mean,
I'm sure there's people that get into it, but that would make some things awkward.
There was some farts. Like I'm not saying who did them.
That is awkward.
Yeah.
For sure. But, you know, it can be smoothed over.
No, really.
But, you know, there's... We won't get into that. It can be smoothed over.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it come from another hole, man, then for some reason that don't bother me, and I still play it off like 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 it's giving you a congratulations right now, man. That's like a thumbs up.
When I say the words awkward sex, I think of like no chemistry. Like, you know, you're just kind of like, okay, let's do this. Like,
Well, see that right there. See, I perform better, or I used to more than anything. I perform better in those situations because there was no fucking pressure. You know, you could go to another state and be whoever the hell you want to be. You're not what people know here, right? So I mean, hell, you can change things up and experiment with these motherfuckers. Like that don't bother me none. I'm not gonna see you anymore, so what? I mean, we'll keep the lights out because I'm gonna keep it real. I don't like
how
it.
did we get to another state? When did that happen?
I'm saying if you wanted to move away, you could, whatever you want. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
I'm sorry, I got lost
No,
on the way.
I was driving with you. I was at point D, E, F, G. Remember?
I don't know where we're at.
I was fucking on my way back to B, and I got interrupted. Right? You know what I mean? But whatever. See, I'm thinking awkward sex is somebody does something or says something or something happens and something.
See, our definition of awkward sex is different.
Right. Well, what is your definition then?
Like I just said before you went on to Colorado or wherever you went, it's like whenever you're just like, okay, let's, just doing the motions. No, neither one of you is really into it. And it's just kind of like, why am I doing this? Or maybe one of them's into it and the other one's not.
Oh, that's even worse.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's
just
right.
kind of the vibes of it.
Right. Now, say no, mine's totally different. Mine's like, whenever you're put in a spot where you have to make a decision on how to handle it.
Right.
With care, usually. I try my best to.
No.
Well,
I don't.
I know how you do it. But, I have my little way of getting it across.
Right.
But I have to really, it's like uncomfortable pause because I'm sitting here trying to wonder how I'm going to maneuver around it. Like, somebody says, was that good? Or how's that feel? Is that good? Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Talking shit. And then daddy comes in the mix or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Throws you
awkward.
off.
Right.
Well, I get that, but I could go better with that than somebody who's just like, who I can tell is not into it, or I'm not into it and they really are, and I'm like, okay, let's please get this shit over with.
For real, man. I mean, it's.
Well, so there's different definitions to awkward sex.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, let's say your friend, y'all are out and about, man, and she's been talking to y'all for about 10 minutes. You realize there's a big ass booger hanging out of her nose.
I tell her, I'm like,
But how do you tell
I don't
her?
say, hey, there's a booger in your nose.
Yes, you do.
No. Well, it depends on who's around. I mean, if it's just me and like our friends, I'm like, man, you got a booger. No, I do. I will fucking tell you. And if I go to the bathroom and there's a booger on my nose, I will come back in front of everyone, and be like, have you all been looking at this fucking booger in my nose all night? Because you tell somebody. It don't matter if you got to call them out, because you know what? That other person already sees that booger. For real.
Instead of the elephant in the room, let's address the
Let's all address the booger in the room.
That's the the Elephant in the Room 2.0, man. We remixed it. Now it's, well, let's just address the booger in the room. Man, it's just, I don't know. I've seen more uncomfortable pauses when somebody's called out a booger, though, for real.
I get it. I do. But look, if everybody is seeing that same booger, you got to be the one to tell a bitch. For real. Or sometimes I'll go in this, we're getting off topic, but I'm going to say this. I'll go in the bathroom and there'll be like a big black mark on my head. And I'm thinking, okay, I've been out there talking to people. Plenty of people that can tell me. I tell random people if I see a stranger.
I can't. See, I can't because, I know people who, says things, but they do it in such a way that it's shitty. So they make an awkward moment, it's doubly sucky because they turn it in to a personal attack.
Okay, I think that maybe you're right, but I think that maybe someone takes it as a personal attack. Because no situation of telling someone, hey, you got a booger, is not going to be awkward. There's no way it can't be awkward, but I guess it's one of those awkward situations that you have to address.
Well, okay, here's where I'm coming from, okay? This is a real story. When I say it's going to sound dumb as shit, because it is, but, it's real. All right, there's this chick I went to school with that thought she was hot as shit, right? But the thing was that apparently, in the 5th grade, before we even went to school with the bitch, because all of our schools, joined together, right? Apparently somebody caught her picking her nose and eating a booger, right?
Oh.
No, I fucking heard about the story, somebody even mentioned it, after we graduated, man, whenever her name comes up. She is, seriously, she is still tied to the booger.
Because she was eating it. It's not because she had boogers. It's because she was, how old was she?
She was my age.
What age?
Oh, it's in the 5th grade, so that's...
Okay, old enough to know not to eat boogers.
But she was probably, but I mean, it's
Okay,
just...
was she an awkward girl?
like I said, she's a fucking snotty bitch. But
Okay,
but still, she still thought she was hot shit. But
No,
the
honey,
people
you
were
guys
still talking about this fucking episode. You mean to tell me though? But since the 5th fucking grade, and 20-year graduation from school, nothing has shook your world or happened to knock the fucking the associating to booger girl there.
It's
There you
awkward
go.
for her.
It's awkward for everybody. And I mean, when people call out shit in front of me, when couples fight,
Awkward.
hate it, awkward.
That makes everything awkward. And now, certain couples, I'm good about being all right, y'all, I'll call them out.
Oh yeah.
But there's just some people that's always putting you in awkward situations like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, they live for that shit. That's what I'm telling you. Those are awkward masters.
You go to family functions and which ones to avoid.
Yeah, because they make a fucking ass of themselves every time. Every
Yes.
time this shit goes down, they are involved.
Exactly.
And the rest of everything. That's why we don't eat family dinners and shit
I'm
anymore.
not going to go in there and talk to her because I know she'll be asking me about my sex life. Or, just shit like that.
In
too.
front of everybody.
Right?
Yeah.
We're talking about hers, which is even more awkward.
Right. I mean, and they do. They like to rehash it. They were talking. We was at the funeral home. All right, this is an example of what I'm dealing with. Okay, we was at the funeral home. How everybody kind of has this little section off where there's food or coffee, and we sit around and talk. Well, the subject comes up of something I don't know, but yet I was associated with the time that I rode down the hill and rode into dog shit. So they called me rolling it. Okay, and I mean they had to call me out at a funeral, at a visitation. I mean, they had to call me out about the dog shit. So, I mean, I don't know where they're at. Where are they?
Okay. Oh, they're gone. It's fine.
Oh.
Well, that's a shitty place to call you out about
Boom. But, see, my family, though, that's the thing. We come from awkward masters. I mean, we create the situations usually.
Was you awkward in that situation? How did you act whenever they start talking about it?
Well, I mean, I usually laugh anyway because it's fucking. The story has been told. It's like Beauty and the Beast, man. Tale as old as time. We fucking heard this thing for years.
Right.
I mean, it never gets old. It's a classic. It's one of them. There's a lot of them, you know. I mean, there's a lot of those stories that are just so fucked up that you can't get over it, and yet they rehash. That was one of them.
So that was one of those situations where you laughed along with it and was like, "Oh yeah, let's keep talking about this." To make them not feel awkward.
Yeah, here we go. I mean, for once, why don't you call me out? I want to see one of those. We need to do like the anti-awkward brigade, man. Like, just go up to functions and sit beside the awkward motherfuckers that make everybody feel uncomfortable and go back at them with, like, you know.
I wish they'd start telling that story around me. I'd be like, well, you ain't heard shit. Did you hear about the time she blew on a dick?
Yeah, for real. She would, too. Trust me. But here's the thing. No, I'd like to be like, oh, hey, man, you remember that time that you fucking went to blah, 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 and you got a promotion at work? Man, that was awesome. See, that's what people ought to do. You can counteract that shit, man. You can.
Way to make me feel like a shithead.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to, turn it into a positive thing. I ain't done it yet, no, because usually I'd pop back off with something or...
When you think of awkward people, like, I'm going to give you an example.
Okay.
Rob. That's what I think, when I think of awkward people.
Yes.
I think of this guy we know named Rob.
And whenever, I mean, the thing is that you have people who, you progressed, you modernized in the world, but for somehow and some reason, this motherfucker didn't, It's still cassette tapes is 8 tracks, man, you know what I mean? He's still there. And when you're trying to have a conversation with somebody like that, yeah, you got your moments because he pops off with jokes that he thinks is fucking hilarious.
You have to change your mentality to have a conversation with someone like that.
Right, and I'm not going to sit here and be shitty and say dumb it down, which I just did, but...
I mean, and I don't want to get off topic and talk about Rob, but...
Oh, please, dude.
It's just, that was my example to explain to you what I mean by an awkward person and see what you meant. When you think of someone like, he's awkward. She's awkward.
I'm thinking.
Who would you think?
Okay. A few years ago, I'm not one to call out like full names because y'all don't know me anyway, probably, and I wish I didn't. But there's this one chick we run around with, and I swear to God, she looked like Velma from fucking Scooby Doo. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, and I swear, and it got to the point, man. It seemed like she was up my fucking ass. And have you seen that movie Single White Female where like the bitch fucking just starts molding into her roommate?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. That's her. I mean, I started seeing pigtails. I mean, that was my thing, I thought. Which everybody else wears them, but, fuck I do.
Not in our group.
Right.
Right.
But this emo motherfucker started wearing like pigtails and shit. Like, yeah, where I be. And you couldn't have a conversation with her. Why? Because every conversation, like, drag out for, like...
She was kind of like a Stone Valley
No,
girl.
I mean, like, she was the Stone Valley girl, you know what I'm saying? Like... And, I mean, you can't talk to people like this, because as soon as I would hear... She would come into a thought. And, I mean, she would forget what she was saying, but she would still stretch out, like... Well, she was thinking about it, And it's going to create awkward moments because I'm going to fucking laugh, for one thing. Because I've already hated on her enough at that point behind her back to where I've done figured all of her flaws and just wait for them. Because, see, I'm ready for them. Yeah, y'all might think I'm a bully, but really you don't understand. I mean, it's some people, hey, I might not be well liked for saying this, but at least I'm going to keeps it real, okay? Some people, man, they need it. They need to be fucking just, talked about. They do. They need to be fucking clowned on because they're clueless as fuck. And you try to tell them nicely, they don't get it.
I totally agree with that. Yes, some people.
There you go. And some people, they're just...
And in this instance, it happens to be an awkward person. I agree.
Very much so.
That person is... And maybe they progressed a little today. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they wouldn't know. No,
but,
they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, that's what I think of it awkward. I mean, she tries to be, cool, but she don't know how to fucking do it. but somehow, you know, she still got laid. I don't get it. I mean, really, but
People that don't know how to like talk to you, I feel like they're awkward. You know, like people that won't. I get customers like that all the time. Like, you know, can I help you? Brisket. Oh, okay, all right. Like, open your mouth, say the words. You know, I feel like that makes things awkward.
well, you know, okay, and see, once again, I guess we're like the you know how people's got the devils and shit on both sides of their thing. I guess me and Molly's kind of, you know, yin and yang tonight. But my awkwardness in that is like, I forgot what I was saying there for a minute, man. Awkward. See,
Awkward.
I was just giving you an example. What about? I knew what I was doing the whole time.
I was saying how when people can't talk, they're awkward. They make me feel awkward.
Oh yeah, but then you got some people who fucking try to talk and pop off with like the funny fucking jokes and shit. All kinds.
Yeah, the funny jokes that make things awkward, or like too much information that makes things
Exactly.
awkward. Right.
I mean, when they approach you, when people come on too strong, I'm just gonna tell you guys, if y'all ever meet me out in the public, hey, I mean, I'll smile at you. You know, I'll say, hey, what's up? I don't care. But I mean, if you come at me in the wrong way, man, you done awkward me plumb in the fucking corner. I'm like, it's too much.
I get that. I don't like too much either. No, but I guess if people could just find a happy medium, maybe that'd please me.
Right. Well, you know what? If a frog had wings, it wouldn't bump its ass when it's hot, too. You know, that's what I always
You
heard.
got any awkward situations that you want to talk about? Anything recent?
Well, yeah, there's been a few here recently, but it's like I haven't totally wrapped my fucking head around them. You know, I'm trying, but I don't know. It's like, I right now, I think everything is just in such, the air is fucked up. Like, everybody's indecisive. You know,
Yeah.
people are all over the map. And it's like, me too. I mean, I'm in this fucking whole phase of just, change is good. Change is good. Well, so I've been working on improving the house. I've been sick, but now that I feel better, I've got a lot of time to make up for in that area. So I've decided to just go ahead and clear all the bad juju out from, you know, a few weeks ago and try to get, you know, the house back to me. I'm trying to get back to me, you know, completely. But, yeah, anything is, like, really prone to be awkward right now. I mean, I could go to the awkward scale really fast because I'm more drawn back at this point.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, people can look into shit too much, but, you know, there comes that time whenever you're in a phase where you're just kind of, you know, figuring your own shit out. You're pulled back from people for a minute because, you know, some shit has happened. You're rebooting. And here comes awkward. I'm coming at you too much. If you fucking come at me and you... First of all, if you get in my DMs and the first thing you say is, oh man, when you gonna let me hit it or I'm gonna hit tired? No, you're not, first of all. I mean, if that's the best game that you can fucking come off with, I mean, then I can only imagine what you'd be like in the sack. You done made it for awkward for me and you both now. God, now how am I gonna come back with that? You've made me think about it. I was sitting here chilling. Now I have to think, you know. What's up?
That would be a situation of just an awkward person.
I'll tell you another. One of my favorite fucking stories. Sorry to interrupt you, but this one hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, there's this dude that I went to high school with, okay? He was kind of a fucking nerd. Sorry, but and now I have all rights to call him whatever the fuck I want to call him after I tell you this story, okay? But he never said nothing to nobody, man. He was just like there. He was in my homeroom, whatever, you know. I mean, our names were spelled close. That's
Sounds like he was chill and kept to himself.
Yeah, kinda, yeah, man. I mean, nobody fucked with him. Now I see why, but where I'm getting there. Well, like, I was hanging out. I used to hang out with a lot of guys. One, I couldn't get along with girls. Well, that too. But I did have friends that I did not sleep with. And I could talk to guys better. I learned more from them. And girls are catty and competitive.
I hate bitches.
Same here. Well, that's what I said. Ladies, you can be gay, straight, whatever you want to be. Girl, I got you. But I can't handle women. I can't put up with them. I mean, I don't like them.
I don't like men either.
That's
why
it.
I say I don't like people. But I'm sorry, I got you off topic.
No. This is one of the reasons why I don't fucking like men, okay? But this dude, like, we're out of school, and for some reason, I guess he grew balls. So, I get a phone call. I'm still living here with my parents, and they're like, you got a call. I said, who is it? And I answered, and it's this dude, and I'm like, hello, hey, is this Amber? And I said, yeah. I said, who is this? And he says, Richard. Oh, it's a Dick. I'll say it's Dick. Sorry about that. And he told me his full name, and I said, shut the fuck up. I said, y'all quit fucking with me, because I thought it was my friends, right?
Oh my God.
I did. I mean, awkward, but I did. I was pretty much like, shut the fuck up. He goes, no, it's Richard. I went to school with you. Remember, we was in the same class, in the same homeroom. And I'm like, oh, so now I have to backstep. I'm like, oh, hey. First of all, I was thinking, what the fuck? Okay, I'm going to see what happens. Well, anyway, he gets balls, tells me he had a crush on me in school. Okay. That's, anybody would want to hear that, right? Hey,
Right.
thank you, man. And I wanted to say thank you. You know, that's I appreciate that. That's cool. That's flattering. But, you know, I'm trying to let somebody down easy for whatever. Well, he kept on, and he's got even bigger balls. And he was like, well, hey, you want to go out sometime? And I tried to, he was like, shit. A rejection, I don't like giving it out there. You know what I'm saying? I've got it before and it sucks. So I don't want to put it on it, but you have to. So I said, oh, man, I got plans this weekend. You know, I probably ain't going, you know, I don't really get out much, which was a lie. I stayed out. But anyway.
She wasn't home much.
Yeah. And he was like, well, no, you know, Friday, we'll go out and do something. I said, yeah, well, we might. You know, I'll let you know. Knowing damn good, well, I didn't even, it was one of them cases like, if I figure out your phone call and I get a hold of you, it's fake, okay? Because I didn't even take your number down. And I told you I was going to call you, so I don't know how you thought I was going to call you, but, you know. Whatever. But anyway, so he hits me up, tries to get me to go out with him. I try to just blow him off, like not like I did back in the day, seriously. But I try to get rid of him, you know, ditch him. Sorry, guys. What do you do? You know, wasn't interested. What's the point? I mean, honestly. But I didn't want to fucking tell him I wasn't interested. Maybe, you know, I should have. But, you know, like I said, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So I went around and shitty. Well, he's in fucking town Friday night, and me and my friends riding around, we're blowed out. And the next thing I know, his truck is behind me, like, flashing its lights. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? So we pull over, and I swear if it isn't Dick, right?
Oh, shit.
With a fucking, like a truck stop rose, man, okay? I mean, here comes Don Juan with these fucking little red rose that he just probably bought at, you know, the grocery store before he dipped, you know? And, I mean, he's like, here you go. Now, what the fuck do you do now? I mean, here's this guy. He's done said that he, you know, had a crush on you. Then he brings you a fucking rose, man. I mean, I was like, God. I just looked at my friend. I was like, fuck. And I said, well, we're going to go to a party. He said, do you mind if I go? Awkward. Because, for one thing, yes, I do mind if you go, Dick. Because I didn't invite you, and it's not my house. So... I don't know, you know. First of all, I don't want to fuck with you all night, man. Now I'm tied to you. How the fuck am I going to get laid if I got this son of a bitch running everybody off? You know what I mean? God. Well, so, needless to say, guess who fucking goes to the party? Well, we stop and get gas. The story's not over, folks. This is getting ready to get good. So we stop and get gas. And he says, do you want anything? I said...
You should have held on to that one.
Oh, yeah, man. That's a real fucking winner. I'll tell you, he's great. Well, and he goes, do you want anything? I said, yeah, do me a favor. I said, give me a Coke. I said, and I'll pay you whenever you get out. Because I will not fucking let I won't let nobody pay my way for shit just so I have to hear about shit. And you're getting ready to fucking find out why. Well, Dick comes out with the Coke, and I'm trying to give him money, and he refuses, okay? Just like a fucking prince he is. So, here I have my Coke, and we truck ass to this party, you know. It's going to be great now that I have a fucking dead weight attached to my fucking ankle. But we get there, and Dick proceeds to get fucked plumb up, okay? I mean, like one of those drunks where everybody in the room is avoiding his ass because he's done got on everybody's nerves. And I heard from, like, this voice... all over the place, like it followed me all night, but I would hear the same thing echo, and it was, look at her. She won't even talk to me. Here I bought her a rose and a pop. I heard rose and a pop.
Oh my God.
And that's what we call sodas, okay? I know some of y'all might say sodas, but we call them pops. But I hear about this rose and this fucking 99-cent Coke, okay? Making an ass out of me in front of my friends that I got invited to their party, and he didn't. So he's calling me the fuck out, right? Well, so let's just say nice went out the fucking window. I told my friend, I said, if I fucking hear Rose and Pop one more fucking time, I said, that's it. I left him there, man. I did. I fucking
You
left
didn't
him.
care much about your friends.
Hey, my friends, you know, it's just whatever, man. Sometimes it's fight or flight. And I was going to flight before I fight, man, because it was getting ready to be on, for real.
There's a lot awkward about that.
Yeah, I mean, but it's weird when you hear me say this shit like, phew. Well, I didn't fucking invite you here in the first fucking place. You just pretty much you inserted yourself in my car, and then now, you know, here you want to fucking, fuck that. Let's go. Bye. I'll see you again in 20 years, dick.
What do you look like today?
Man, no, I don't want to say anything because then I'm really going to look like a fucking bitch.
Look
You know?
that up. Look, we'll
No,
talk about
I
that
don't want to look
after the show.
Oh, okay. But still, don't show me, man, because then I'll have nightmares again.
What about awkward talks? Are we still talking awkward?
We're still talking about any fucking thing we want to talk
You
about.
know, like the sex talk. You got to tell your parents you're having a baby talk.
Oh, okay.
You know, shit like that. There's always those
I wrecked the
talks.
car.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
always something that you're like, God, please, I don't want to do this. It's gonna be
Like,
awkward as fuck.
Oh,
Or
man.
maybe like meeting parents, or you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what about check?
Right.
I checked them all, man. What about I seen them in your faces and I checked them all, man. I rocked them all. It fucking sucks.
I had a relationship that went like really south really quick, and then me and that person got back together, and I had to like go back around the parents
Oh,
after
fuck.
some bad confrontation. That was awkward. Like
That-
that was really awkward.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. I tell you what, though, I bet you I got you beat, man.
I'm sure.
Well, oh, yeah, this one was great. This is the thing. It's awkward whenever you message the wrong person something.
Oh,
And
my
maybe
God.
it's about the other person.
Oh shit.
I did this one time. This dude, okay, he was the lead singer for a band, thought he was fucking cool as hell. All right? He was totally on his own path, man. You know, he's fucking, you know, paving his way in the fucking
Yeah.
and you know, chicks like fucking lead singers. Apparently they do. I mean, I found out he sang and that's it. I did it, okay? So, whatever. Then I regretted it. Like, I really regretted it because he was a douchebag. Like, he was one of them who would fucking awkward the hell out of everything. So, like, I totally trumped him. I'm at his house. This is the first time I ever was around him alone, okay? And he's having like a party. All right, this is what we call a party, which, you know, family was there. There were some kids running, you know. It's fucked up, man. Broad daylight, and everybody's trashed, okay? It was in a specific area of Flemingsburg.
What? Okay, I don't know where we're at, but yeah, keep going.
Okay, so we're there, and he's pretty much just like, fucking whatever, man. Like, everything I say, he's being a total shit. And just complete, oh, well, who gives a fuck, man?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. Well, I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, oh, my fucking God, this guy is a dick. What am I doing? I've got to get the fuck out of here. But unfortunately, I drank a little bit. So, see, I'm above my head enough to not drink and drive. I don't do that. And here I'm stuck. I'm stuck here with a prick who's calling, you know, just making, it was horrible, okay? It was a nightmare. Well, so I'm texting somebody else to try to get out of the nightmare, basically. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to get the fuck out of here. And send it to him. And he says, well, if you don't want to be here, then get the fuck out of here then. So, yeah. I mean, not only did I realize my mistake of sending the wrong text, but he read it out to everybody and called me out on it. So, awkward. What did I do? I slept with him later and then told everybody the awkward story. Whenever I got sober and he passed out, man, bye, see ya.
This didn't happen to me, but I know someone who sent a picture, a private picture, to the wrong person. It was the person that they were trying to send it to.
Oh,
It was their ex in-laws. They sent it to the ex-in-laws of the person they were trying to send it to. It was very awkward.
What
A
about
very
this?
awkward situation.
What about this? Is great. This is turned into a 2-part mini-series, but guess what? I'm going to trump you on this one. I'm at work one day, which we ain't even supposed to be fucking with our phones, all right? But, you know, me being the funny meme queen that I think I was at the time, which,
Of course.
you know how I do it. The more offensive, the better. And, you know, only certain people, you know, is cool with that shit. So those are the ones that you share that shit with, right? Well, I was doing online dating and shit, and I was multitasking like all the fucking time. There was like 4 bills at the same time, man. I couldn't keep nothing straight. My days, I mean, everything's mixed up because I'm serious. During the day, this shit was going off. I was trying to, you know, juggle some guys, get back in the game. At night, it was going off. There was no sleep, for real. Because
No rest for the wicked.
and you damn straight, man. I mean, I was in it to win it, but really, I didn't win shit. I won a moment in the awkward Hall of Fame, that's for sure. But okay, so in juggling and everything else, I'm sending out this fucking little meme thing, and it's Kermit the Frog, right? It's a picture of Kermit, and he's sitting on a rock, and he's got a banjo, and it says "Twinkle, twinkle, little slut." Right? Was that the one? I'm trying to think.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's short. It says something about short, fat, and something tall. Never mind, you fucked them all. Okay? I mean, it was a big poem, and it was bad.
It's funny.
Well, better than that is I don't know how the fuck this happened, but apparently I sent it out like a mass text, and I realized it. I sent it to my boss, man.
Oh my
For real, I sent it to my boss. Twinkle, twinkle, little slut. And then nothing was ever mentioned, but I swear about shit. I really did.
Was it a she? A boss?
Oh, yeah.
She never said anything?
Hell no.
Oh my
Awkward.
God.
She didn't. Twinkle, twinkle. How many people have you fucked? That's what it said. Twinkle, twinkle, little slut. How many people have you fucked? Short, fat. Yeah, short, fat, thin, or tall. Never mind. You fucked them all. Awkward.
Okay, well, yeah, that kind of tops it.
What about anybody else out there can beat me? I mean, you know.
I'm sure I've done some awkward shit like that, but I don't even. That stuff I try to like block out. I think because you know people, you can make things more awkward than what they really are. Like,
Yeah.
in your head, or actually make them more awkward.
That's what I was trying to say a while ago. I mean, you could do anything you fucking want to do, really.
Fucking strobe light over here.
I love it, man. I love it. I mean, I'm writing it out, man. I'm clubbing right now. I'm on looking for some cat tranquilizers and shit. Oh no! Did you hear that? That was a deep sigh of like, what was that?
I was just making sure I was breathing.
I mean, I had you, man. I did. Now, see, that was awkward right there, man. Molly took it to a different level.
Well, good Lord, I wasn't trying to make things awkward.
See, I was. Did you see how I did that?
Awkward.
Did it?
Thing is, I don't feel awkward about
Never
anything. So.
Well, like, comfortably not.
Yeah, I'm good.
A tit for tat, right? What? Okay. Let's see here. Let's think real quick. Awkward is fun, and we were talking about couples, like going out with couples and stuff.
Awkward couples?
Yes.
Is that where you were going? Or
Yes.
No? Okay. There's some couples that are awkward.
Yes. There's so many different like definitions.
Yes, awkward, like together, like maybe you just don't see them together. They're
One
just,
goes to church and the other goes to the bar.
just awkward people.
Right.
Like you've got the couples that are just, you're like, okay, well they can't be around like this person because they're awkward. Like you know what I mean? Like
Right.
they don't mingle with other people.
Right,
Just
yeah.
you. Yeah, I know where you're going.
And
It's
that's totally fucking. See, and think about all the work that you put like into personal relationships. Just even as small as that's how I look at things. Even as small if they're acquaintances. Man down. You know about lost the
I think
mic.
every fucking episode you have dropped the mic. Drop the mic.
I'm a mic dropping motherfucker, man, and I just did it. Mic drop.
Awkward.
See, that makes me feel even more. It does. But I tell you what, this is Molly's famous move. Like, back in the day, whenever we would bust out the drinking games, right? Well, sometimes, okay, I admit it. sometimes I would drink and get sensitive. I would feel like that was getting, and there was times whenever, I was the only one. And then it seemed like there was pairs. You know how people pair off and just rubbing, aggravating somebody to get it, the reaction.
That's my personality.
I know how her personality is, but I know when it was a point. Like
She thought I was pricking her.
she was. It's like, oh my God, well, did she?
I swear I could have said the same thing.
Did you drop your cigarette?
Because she, in fact, dropped her fucking cigarette.
Well, there's the booger in the nose.
Okay, hey, what the fuck ever.
I don't care about anymore. I'm gonna rock the booger. Fuck y'all. I don't care.
I made her feel awkward back in the day.
No, when I was drunk. Any other time I wouldn't have cared, man. I'd be the first one to call that shit out, But
Back to awkward couples, though, real quick, because we went a while.
I know.
I want to think of an example.
She wants to thank the Academy. That's what it sounds like. It's
I would like to thank my mother and my father.
Yeah, I want to thank my
First
fans.
of all,
Yeah,
no.
first of all, I want to thank the man upstairs.
Yeah. I want to think of an awkward couple. I'm trying to think of an awkward couple, but while I'm thinking, you talk about awkward couples.
Okay. Well, I mean, you see the ones who are like off in age divisions, which age ain't nothing but a number. I get it. But you got some who, are, they're really young. You know them. And then you got some who you've known that are older. And it's like, whenever they get together, it's kind of like, ugh. I mean, they're both all right people, but this shit ain't, no, man. This is weird. It's weird.
The only thing I'm thinking of is like my brother and his first wife, maybe. I feel like that was kind of an awkward thing. No?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was just awkward,
yeah,
man.
I can't really think of anything right now. Oh, her. Not to keep talking about her, but her and her second husband.
Oh, yeah.
Her son's father.
That
was
well, he was awkward.
All that, yeah, that's another example of awkward
like,
people,
there's awkward people, that are just like...
If you put them together, it makes an awkward couple.
I was just sitting here thinking about how whenever you put 25... And, I mean, this little 4-year-old is, like, spitting out some major math shit to me, man. Like... on a level that I can't even wrap my head around at the time. And I'm thinking,
like, who
awkward.
gives a fuck?
For real. Well, hey, you know what? You could probably go in there and watch
I was
something.
a kid that would make for awkward conversation.
Oh, my God, man. And there's so many times. There's just one kid just kind of like that. And he lived close to me. I'm not, you never know who's listening, so I kind of watch myself. Well... I was just in a particular mood that day, but whenever they try to call you out and talk to you, and you ain't trying to talk to them, I ain't gonna talk to you about it. You're like fucking what, 7? Mm-hmm. I mean, we ain't got nothing in common, but they're like, hey, or hey girl. First of all, don't address me in any other way. When I hear, hey girl, it gets better. I'm walking over to my cousins, and they're like, live close, okay? And I see the kid outside, and I'm just like trying to walk over and not look. Well, they're out there like with a bike or whatever. He's like, hey, girl. And that's how he talks. It's like his accent. And I'm just like, didn't listen. He's like, hey, girl. And said it again. And I'm like, oh, fuck, no. Please, why? Well, he's like, I ride my bike. What do you do with that, man? For real. I ride my bike. I was just trying to get over there, and now awkward just hit me right in the face.
Right, yes, I know.
Hey, girl.
Kids can make things awkward a lot.
Yes.
Oh my God, when I had this, which I shouldn't have been wearing it at work, but I didn't have any other clean laundry. It had like a marijuana leaf on it or something. And this little girl was like, I like your shirt.
Oh, boo.
I was like, oh, thank you. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, wow, boo. That's great. Have you ever said anybody else's name during sex?
No.
I didn't, but I know somebody that happened to, and it was
awkward.
bad. Oh, it was bad. It was dramatic as fuck.
I can imagine.
Oh yeah, it was great. And I mean, how do you tell your friends that? You're like, what's wrong, man? Why are you all fucking? Well, last night we were doing it, and that's how it went down. And I called them blah, blah, blah.
Oh, God.
And it was a very sensitive name, too, of course. So, yeah, awkward.
All right. Well, I hate to be making the situation awkward, but we're gonna have to do a random topic.
Awkward. Awkward. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Here, I'm feeling lucky. Do I feel lucky, Punk?
Do ya?
Do I? Here we go, folks. We are here at Random Topic, and be sure that you follow me. Give me a like, okay? Please. Pretty please. Pretty please.
I wish somebody'd like her.
For real, me too. No, that's alright, y'all. I mean, just listen to it. You don't have to like me if you don't want to, I guess. You know, it's just whatever. Okay, so... If I can't wear white, does this sound familiar to you, bitch? Yeah, if I can't wear white after Labor Day,
Yes.
then let's see, when can I wear it? What the hell?
When? I mean, because Labor Day happens September 3rd or whatever it is.
You know what happens? Shit happens, man.
And then
And that
after-
question needs to be like wiping an ass. You can wear whatever the fuck you want to wear. How about that? You can wear white whenever you want to wear it,
You
man.
suck, man.
You can. That was a good one. But hey, man, listen. You guys, if y'all like the random topic question,
You're welcome. I'd like to thank the man on stage.
should I thank her fans? Oh, my
Thank you for being here today.
God. For real. See, no, she had to take it like overboard. Just kidding, man. We're just glad to be back, and we'll be back with some shenanigans at Spooktober, bitches. And it's me and Molly. Molly, you got anything else to say?
No.
Okay,
Not
she's.
saying. Wait, can you hear? No.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Well, we'll see you next week, and well, for real, watch the fuck out there, man. I mean, like, ignorance is just.
Keep your eyes open.
Right. Ignorance is the new pandemic. Be on the lookout. I mean, it's out there. So, everybody stay safe and talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. What an awkward. Oh, what an awkward. We just killed it. Or at least so I thought, man. We probably watch it. They'll be like, God, what the fuck?